So we're going to have a look at Henrik Stenson's golf swing. Henrik has been topping the charts in terms of ball striking and fairways hit over the last few years, and it's impressive to watch and hear him hit a golf ball. His work with Pete Cowan, the golf coach based in the UK, has seen steady improvement over the period of time that they've been working together, which is, I think, over a decade now. But Henrik really is probably the best ball striker on the planet. And what we're going to do here is have a look at some footage from 2014, I think, at the London Club on one of the practice days. And we're going to have a look at his swing in its uninterrupted form, and then have a look at various aspects of his swing in slow motion and see what we can learn from the movement. So in slow motion form, it doesn't look overly exciting, but when we look at it piece by piece, I'm sure we can pick out some things which are unusual and we can all benefit from. So the first thing we're going to do is to put some markers on his hips so we can monitor how he utilises his body weight to his advantage throughout the golf swing. So you can see now, as we take the club away from the ball, firstly, you can see that he kind of pushes his hands forwards and pushes his hips away from the target, and that's kind of anticipating the first movement that he's wanting to have before he takes the club back. So that's kind of like presetting his arms and his hands into a position that he wants to kind of closely re-obtain through impact. The other thing you'll notice is that if we draw a line up the club shaft, it aligns with not only his lead shoulder, it's actually pointing a little bit further forwards than his lead shoulder. So he's presetting a position where he's going to be sustaining the line of tension at impact. So as we take the club back, the first thing you'll notice is that he doesn't really sway off the ball. He stays very stationary and just rotates around his spine. And up until about this point here, he's absolutely plumb bob in the middle of those hit markers. But as we move him up to the top of the backswing, you'll start to notice that he starts to move and transition his weight towards the target and gets into that kind of lead side. So here he is at the top of the backswing. There's that subtle lateral movement into the lead side. He's now loaded his weight into that lead side and has built a huge amount of torque into his body that he's going to unleash in body rotation and then release the lag angle between his lead arm and the club shaft. And he's going to release that after he's made contact with the ball. So let's bring him down now into the downswing, and you can see he's getting more and more weight into his lead side towards the target. And from this point on, he's going to start clearing his lead hip left of the target, so his belt buckle starts to face more towards the target. And that enables his arms to swing down into impact. So if we pause him in this position here, I think you can see the club face is pretty much adjacent to the golf ball. And if I draw the line of tension here, you can see that his hands are in front of the line of tension. So he's sustained the line of tension, and what that means is that he's basically leading the club face through impact with his hands. So it's rather like a car pulling a trailer. The trailer's just going to stay under control as long as the car's in a forward gear all day long. And that is the case because if we move him now a few frames forwards, you can see that he reaches the point of full extension after the ball has been struck. So all in all, it's an incredibly powerful move, but also he builds and uses his weight in a very effortless way. He's basically knocking down a wall with a sledgehammer and getting his weight into his lead side and utilizing his weight to then kind of swing his body and rotate his body and unleash his hand and arm swing into impact. So we can learn something from this, and that is to get your weight into your lead side and practice the impact position, because if you can get anywhere close to the impact position that Henrik Stenson achieves, your golf swing is going to improve as a result. So click on the link here and learn about the DST compressor. It's a training club that Henrik has used since the beginning of 2015, and he's not the only one. There's about 250 other PGA and European Tour players who've benefited from using the DST compressor. So I'd urge you to click on this link and learn and watch a 3-minute video. Good luck with your golf game, and we'll catch you online again soon.